Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Dr. Pabian. I'm the Program Director and Department Chair for Physical Therapy here at the University of Kentucky. Yes. I'm exceptionally pleased to welcome you all here and celebrate these individuals and their pathway towards their doctoral education in physical therapy. This white coat ceremony is an initiative that's pretty common throughout healthcare programs and one that we installed recently here at the University of Kentucky. And it really is aimed to recognize the transition of these students from the academic to clinical portion of the doctoral program in physical therapy. These ceremonies have stood the course of time in numerous health professions and health education programs, namely from medicine, but they've proliferated into all degree programs in healthcare education, and physical therapy is one that's been doing this. We view this as being a very valuable moment to take a time out, pause, reflect, celebrate these individuals, and then move them forward into the next phase of this program. Parents, be exceptionally proud. I can only imagine, having your children here today or your loved ones and significant others here today, making this transition to actually go and kind of do it. You get to go do physical therapy now. Students, take this moment, reflect on your journey. It was not easy. You've had to find the bandwidth and time to be successful in this unrelenting coursework so far in this program. Be confident, be humble. You do not know everything. You can't know everything. And spoiler alert, you're never going to know everything. What you can do, add value. Add value to that patient encounter. Add value to that patient experience. Listen, watch, sit eye to eye with your patient. Hear them, assist them. Don't always rely on rote memorization of facts and your own knowledge. That's not your best resource. Your best assets that you have are guided by your values, and you'll learn that as you go through your profession. Last, don't do it alone. You got a team sitting around you right now. You'll have a team next to you in the clinics. You'll have a team here at UK always in this pathway and in your journey. Parents, take pride. This is a moment which your children have the ability to pay it forward. At this point in time, they'll need you. And in many times, they're going to need you because they're going to have stories to tell. Some of them not always appropriate for the dinner table, but they'll have good stories and they'll have bad stories. And you all as students, those are what's going to make you. Every positive experience and every negative experience that you have, it's all good. It's only going to build you. It's only going to make you stronger. DPT class of 2026, you're more than halfway there if you're actually looking at the course of time. But you still have work to do. Work isn't really work to many physical therapists. And I think a lot of the PTs in this room will agree to it. And some of you all who really, truly gravitate towards your professions know that work is about the experience. It's about the relationships. And all these things help you as an individual grow. Someday, this will help you all here grow into doctors of physical therapy. And we know that you can do that. And that'll come soon enough. I guess my last piece of advice is look in the mirror. And I say that because on my very first clinical, I didn't, and my shirt was on backwards when my clinical instructor called my attention to it. So that's my piece of it. True story. It can always get worse, all right? Never take yourself too seriously. You have what it takes. Now go do it, and you'll have our support. So next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Karen Badger, who's representing the Dean's Office here for the College of Health Sciences. Dr. Badger has served in numerous faculty leadership roles here at UK, including Director of Undergraduate Studies, and is now the Associate Dean of Academic and Support Affairs, previously Academic and Support Affairs for the College of Social Work, prior Assistant Provost and Associate Dean for Career and Exploratory Advising, it's a mouthful, in undergraduate education. She currently serves as the Vice Dean for the College of Health Sciences. Dr. Badger.
Thank you, Dr. Pabian, and good evening, everyone. On behalf of the College of Health Sciences and Dean Leppard, I'm honored to welcome you to this very special occasion. And tonight we gather to celebrate a momentous milestone in our students' journeys towards becoming physical therapists, their donning of the white coat. And as Dr. Pavian said, this coat is more than just attire. It is a symbol of their commitment to the profession, to patient care, and to the values of integrity and compassion that are cornerstones of healthcare. Students, this milestone reflects your hard work, talent, and perseverance. It also celebrates the invaluable encouragement of your families and friends, many of whom are here tonight, either in person or virtually. The dedication and guidance of your faculty and staff have also been instrumental in shaping you into the professionals you are becoming. Under their mentorship, you have successfully navigated rigorous coursework and your first clinical experiences, preparing you for this exciting, challenging rotation time that lies ahead. So as you receive your white coat this evening, I encourage you to embrace the responsibilities it represents. Remain curious, engage fully, and seize every opportunity to learn and grow. Excellence in healthcare extends beyond the mastery of skills. It is about making a profound difference in the lives of those you serve. So as you step into your clinical roles, remember, you step forward not only as healers, but as educators, advocates, and trailblazers shaping the future of physical therapy. We are very proud of each of you, not only for what you have achieved, but also for the positive impact you are poised to make in the future. We are confident that you will meet this challenge and those that follow with success. To all those who have joined us tonight, thank you for being part of this celebration of our students' transformative journey and for all the support you provide along the way. So congratulations, students, on achieving this significant accomplishment. May tonight mark the beginning of an extraordinary journey of impact and excellence. Thank you.
In these events, we like to welcome speakers from various stages of their career and pathways. Our next speaker is the class of 2026 class president for the Lexington campus, Jared Rowe.
Good evening. If we have not met before, my name is Jared Rowe, and I have had the honor and privilege of being the Lexington class president for the class of 2026. I wanted to start today by filling you all in on what we've been learning in the classroom this year. So during this semester, we took the first half of our neuro curriculum. We discussed patients recovering from strokes and recovering from traumatic brain injuries. We learned all about what we can do as physical therapists to help our patients get back to their everyday lives. One reoccurring topic throughout the semester was a patient's base of support. Base of support can loosely be defined as every point of contact someone has with the ground. Some patients walk with a wide base of support. Other patients walk with a very narrow base of support. Some patients use crutches or walkers to increase their base of support. Ultimately, a patient's ability to successfully walk is dependent on their base of support. I think this idea is also true in our lives. Beyond the physical base of support, I wanted to take some time today to acknowledge our personal base of support. Before we start our clinical education journey, I think it's important that we take a step back and express gratitude for the people who helped us get to where we are today. On behalf of the class, I want to thank 3 groups of people who have been our base of support during our classroom education. Firstly, I want to say thank you to the faculty and the staff. You all have created an academic environment in which we as students can learn and grow as clinicians. Thank you for making us feel at home here at UK. Every Oreo or donut you brought to class, every exam review, and every one-on-one meeting let us know that you cared about our well-being and our education. I would also like to thank you for some of the things we maybe weren't so excited about. All the quizzes, all the exams, and the practicals challenged us to be better physical therapy students each and every day. You all go out of your way on the daily to make sure that we get the best possible education. The next group of people I would like to thank is probably the most important, and that's all of you all, our friends, family, and loved ones. Most of you have been cheering us on for as long as we can remember. You all are the people who celebrate with us during our wins and help us through our losses. Some of you have been our mock patients before our practicals, and so I would like to personally thank you for your service with that. You are our biggest supporters, and I know that each student in the class is very thankful that you could make it here today. Genuinely, we could not do what we do without the love and support from our wonderful friends and family. But last, but certainly not least, I want to thank the class of 2026. We have truly been through a lot. Every late night study session, every gross anatomy lab, and every TBL has brought us closer as a cohort. But we also had a lot of fun. Between our Fun Friday outings, our 5K, the trips to Chick-fil-A, and our running group, we have gotten to know each other a lot throughout the past year and a half. Hazard, you all have had lots of fun too. Every game night, every pickleball game, and every trip to the lake brought you all close together as a class. We have a great group of people in our cohort across both campuses, and I am super thankful and proud for each and every one of you. We may take our exams individually, but we have definitely made it through our classroom education as a team. So friends, as we go into our clinical education, know that your base of support, those 3 groups of people, will still be here to support you. Though we might be separated by zip code, we're all just one phone call or text away from one another. I know that we will be cheering each other on from afar and making meaningful impacts wherever we go. I can't wait to see where our clinical education journey takes us. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce one of our young alumni from the University of Kentucky Physical Therapy Program, Dr. Gabby Van Scoy. In 2022, Dr. Van Scoy earned her doctorate in physical therapy from UK and began practicing as a physical therapist in court in Versailles. She returned to the University of Kentucky in 2024 to pursue her PhD in rehabilitation and health sciences with an interest in studying neurologic conditions of the upper extremity. Dr. Van Scoy has been an exceptional mentor to the students and an exemplary young alumni to this program, and we welcome Dr. Van Scoy.
Well, firstly, this is a tremendous honor doing this for your class, especially because I feel like I've gotten very attached to y'all. I'm gonna cry during this, I know, over the past 2 semesters, and I am so proud of how far you guys have come since we first met last summer. When Dr. Kelly had first asked me to do this, I had just had a Facebook memory come up of the first draft of the 3 goals I set myself before my first full-time clinical. They were as follows: 1, don't die. 2, don't kill anyone. And 3, eat at least 1 piece of fruit each month. Now, exactly 4 years later, these are still the same high standards I hold myself to today. I still distinctly remember my first day of PT 837. It was at Court Goss Avenue in Louisville, and just getting there that morning, I thought I was going to die on I-64 at some point over the next 9 weeks, since I commuted every day from Lexington and was not at all used to that kind of traffic coming from small town Ohio. I still remember being shown around the clinic that morning and being shown things and being like, you know, yeah, we talked about that in PT school, but I cannot for the life of me remember now anything more about it at this moment, and I also don't remember how to have a normal human interaction. This is really such an exciting time in your all's lives. Looking back on my clinical experiences, the people and the patients I met, a lot of them I think have changed who I am fundamentally as a person. My clinical instructors, God bless them. Each one of them, I could stand here and tell you right now how each of them has shaped the way I practice as a physical therapist today. On a more humorous note, I can tell you that in PT 837, I learned that the right way to explain to a 10-year-old boy that he needed to do his exercises with both his injured and uninjured leg was not by telling him he was going to end up with 1 big leg and 1 little leg if he didn't. In PT 838, I learned that the name Pamela is not pronounced Pamela, but only after mispronouncing it about 100 times. In PT 839, when I wasn't unintentionally air frying birds in the clinic dryer, I learned that when holding a young baby, you absolutely need to support their head in addition to their pelvis because they are quite floppy. And finally, in PT 840, my CI told me every day to put my Thursday pants on, and to this day, I'm still not exactly sure what she meant by that. To conclude, I wanted to share 3 pieces of advice for you all as you embark on your clinical education journey. First, communication is huge, and if anything, always, always, always err on the side of over-communication. Be upfront with your CI about your learning style and problem solving if you're having issues with a certain skill or how to work with a specific patient. This is your time to learn, and these experiences are really going to be what you make of it. Second, now is the time to really challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to take that full eval as soon as your CI says that you're ready. Ask to spend a day shadowing the occupational therapist or speech-language pathologist to gain different perspectives. Try new exercises or manual therapy techniques with your CI during downtime. A lot of things are going to feel uncomfortable, awkward, and cumbersome for a while. Embrace it. Each and every time you do something like leading a patient through a treatment session or performing an eval, it'll get better. And lastly, now having been a PT for about 2.5 years, and also having been a patient myself far more than I would like, I think there's a lot to be said about the value and power of human connection. I know personally I would always rather have a healthcare professional that truly cares about me as a person, genuinely listens to me, and wants to help me achieve my goals over someone that maybe top of the class book smart, but not care as much. Sometimes I think even though I'm a physical therapist, at times I become just a therapist. Some patients really just need to talk and have someone really listen to them. Others need you to hold their hand while you pray with them. And others yet will need you to be an advocate for them within the healthcare system or connect them with the community resources. I think that's one of the most incredible things about our profession is that we have the time to spend with our patients and the ability to really truly get to know our patients as people and help them through what may be one of the most difficult parts of their life. What a gift that is, and one I thank God for every day. I'm so excited for you guys as you begin your clinical education. Keep on being awesome. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker. Our keynote is Alex Brenner. Captain Alex Brenner is an active duty United States public health officer currently stationed with the Bureau of Prisons here in Lexington. He is a former United States Army officer and Army physical therapist for over 13 years. He attended the U.S. Army Baylor Physical Therapy School, graduating in 2000, and has had several military assignments overseas and here in the United States. Alex is very well known to us and a valuable team member and community member and partner here at UK.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. So yeah, half my career I was in the United States Army. Second half I was working in a prison. So as a non-traditional PT, you can imagine I have some pretty crazy stories, and in fact I do. So what I thought I would do is share with you a few stories of things. These are 100% true stories that happened to me over my career in the Army. Most of them in the Army, and each had a lesson learned that I want to pass on to you that you guys can maybe take on with your clinical. So that's my goal today. So I think I like telling stories. I think I got it from my mom. My mom's a storyteller, and anyway, so every good story starts with "So there I was." So there I was. 1991, okay, 18-year-old Alex Brenner joined the United States Army, and I was a paratrooper. So found myself flying on a C-130, and I was in full battle rattle. Okay, what full battle rattle means is I had a Kevlar, I had my parachute on my back, I had my weapon on my side, load-bearing vest with all of the ammo. On my left side, I had a light anti-tank weapon. It's a wire-guided missile, like a rocket launcher. They don't have those anymore. It's been a long time. And in front of me is my rucksack. So if you can imagine me, all this stuff inside a C-130, it's late. Our mission that night was to jump onto an airfield and secure the northern part of the airfield. Okay, so I'm 18. It's dark, flying in this aircraft. It's late, maybe early in the morning, possibly, but it's dark. All I can see is light, and I can see the jump master at the end of the aircraft. So now it's time to jump. Okay, so we stand up, we hook up, we get in the line, 64 jumpers. And we start heading towards the door. It's time to jump. And I remember I hand my static line to the jump master, and I turn. Now, the way we were trained is to jump out the door, but I had all this equipment. I had never really trained with that much, especially with live ammo and everything. I basically fell out of the door. So imagine I fell out of the door, but boom, I'm into the night wind, and it's, so I count 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, just like I was trained. Check canopy. So I go to check my canopy, and something's wrong. I can't get my head up, and I realize at that moment I am plummeting to the earth. So another day, another story. So there I was, 1994. I'm at the University of Tampa. I'm a pre-physical therapy student. I'm bebopping across campus, and I see something on the ground. It's a student ID. So I pick up the student ID, and I look, and it's a woman. It's a fellow student. I didn't know who she was, but she was smoking hot. It's important to know, okay? And I thought, I'm gonna put that in my pocket. So then I knew that I had to. Another day, another story. So there I was, 1999, West Point, New York. Okay, so I'm just like you guys. I'm getting ready to go out on my first clinical. So I was in the military, so I went to the U.S. Army Baylor PT school. So we did all our clinicals at military bases. So I got to do mine at West Point, New York, which is where the military academy is. So I show up at West Point. This is day one. Maybe in my mind, I think it was day one. It might have been like day two of the clinical. So I show up, and I'm with my clinical instructor, who, by the way, is Colonel Joe Moore. So Joe Moore, for those of you that might know him, a graduate of this program, like 1976. Terry Malone, I think you might have been his clinical instructor. Is that right? No, I'm just joking. Just joking. No way mathematically that could be right. Anyway, Joe Moore, he's actually on your wall over there. He's a Hall of Famer from this program, but he was my CI, okay? So I show up about a week before I got there. It was in the news. There had been a Humvee rollover, and a cadet had broken his pelvis. I think he had a tibial plateau fracture, maybe he lost a punctured lung, basically, and he was up in our ICU. So I'm sitting there, day two possibly, and the phone rings, and it's the hospital commander, and he's calling physical therapy. I can hear him on the phone. He's talking to Colonel Moore. And the hospital commander says, "Hey, I need physical therapy to go up and get this cadet out of bed because he's been bedridden for 10 days or so. And we're concerned about a DVT. We need to get him up." And Joe Moore was like, "Okay, we got it." And so he hangs up the phone. He's like, "Alex, this is it, man. You got it. You're going to do this. You're going to get him up." So I'm like, "All right." So I do a quick review of the chart. I grab my walker. We head up to the ICU, and we go into this room, and the hospital commander's there. I mean, it was a small room. So the hospital commander's there because I guess it was a kind of a high-profile deal, the fact that this cadet had been injured. The chief nurse was there for some reason. His parents were there. I guess they had flown in because they were concerned about him being injured. Colonel Moore is there, my CI, and they're all looking at me, okay? So I'm like, here I go, man, here we go. So I do this getting ready to do this beautiful transfer. I've been thinking about how I was going to do it. I think he's got an IV in each hand. He's got a cardiac monitor. I can hear it beep. I can hear it going. I think he had a catheter in. So he's got all these tubes. Imagine all these tubes in him, And so you're trying to be careful. This is like the first patient I've ever seen in my life, a real patient. So I execute this beautiful transfer, and I remember I stood him up, and I remember his cardiac monitor was beep, 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 and I'm like, oh no, and so I knew I had to. Another day, another story. So there I was, okay, 2008. I'm in Vicenza, Italy. All right, now I'm a physical therapist, and I've got my own clinic, and I'm the chief therapist for the 173rd Airborne. It's an airborne unit. It's an elite airborne unit in northern Italy. So I'm their physical therapist, and I'm sitting there, and I remember sitting at my computer, and I bet, man, this is a busy day. I had like 14 new evals or something that day, and I was like, man, this is going to be a busy day. It's like 8:30. The phone rings. So I pick up the phone, and it's the post commander, General Jack Keane. Google him, by the way, if you can. He ended up being a 4-star general. You probably see him on TV. So General Keane was the post commander at the time, and this is his secretary. The secretary says, "Hey, is this Alex or Captain Brenner from physical therapy?" I say, "Yeah, this is Captain Brenner." She's like, "Hey, this is the general's secretary. The general is coming to see you at 9 o'clock. He hurt his back." And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I thought, I don't really have any openings right now. I thought, maybe, do you have any openings later in the day? She didn't ask me that. She's like, "He's coming at 9. And I look at my watch, and it's like 8:30 or something. So I'm like, okay. So I hang up the phone. I call my boss, who's the hospital commander, and I say, hey, sir, the general's coming to the clinic. And he's like, "What's the general coming to the clinic for?" I'm like, "I don't know. I think he hurt his back." And he's like, "Well, you better get him better." And he hangs the phone up. And I'm like, here we go. So I cleared my clinic out as best I could, got people, and then I saw coming down the hallway, here comes General Keene. So General Keene's this big dude, and he's walking with a lateral shift, okay? And so a textbook lateral shift, and he's walking in there, and so I was like, okay. So I did a good physical exam on him, and I said, hey, General Keene, I said, I know what's wrong with your back, and I explained to him, hey, there's no red flags. I ruled those out, and I just did a really good exam, and I said, hey, sir, you belong in physical therapy, and we're going to get this better. He said, all right. I said, what are we going to do? I said, well, I'm going to do this side glide technique. We're going to try to correct this lateral shift. And so confidently, I get in position, and I'm doing this glide, and I remember in my mind, I'm like, please get better, please get better, please get better. And all of a sudden, it was. So there's a reason that I haven't finished these stories, and we'll come back to them, but you guys are we don't know where we are in each person's story, okay? Because you guys are getting ready to go out in your clinic. You're going to create to your clinicals. You're going to create your own story. So I just want you to be present in the moment, okay? Don't be looking forward to graduation. Don't be looking forward, to the end of the clinical. Just be in the moment and be present there, because there's a lot to be learned. And I just don't want you to miss up on that, because you're going to be creating your own stories, like Dr. Fabian said. So. Anyway, I also want to say something about this program. I think over the last 20 years, I was trying to count. I think I've had like 12 students come through my clinic. So I've been able to be a clinical instructor for about 12, or at least been in the clinical education for about 12 or so. And I would say 100% of the students that I get from UK they're awesome. You guys are prepared. UK just recruits good people, 100%. So I used to look on my long-term calendar, I'd see where we're going to have a UK student. I would get so excited because it was it sparked, just got me motivated because I just love being around students, and UK has done really well. And you guys are prepared. I want you to know this faculty has prepared you. How many here, by a show of hands, have had Dr. Tim Uhl as a lab practical grader? Oh, smokes, okay. What about Dr. Chuck Hazel? Anybody in here had Hazel? Man, double hands. And you're still here. Okay. Then you guys are ready, because if you're passing Tim's grading and Dr. Hazel's grading, you guys are ready. Just awesome. Because I was grading alongside of him, and I was listening sometimes. And I was like, dude, I don't know if I could have answered that question. And so I was just as nervous as you, listening in the other room to Dr. Uhl. Anyway. So be present in the moment. Let's circle back and talk about these stories. Okay, so remember, I'm falling through the air, okay? So I'm falling through the air. Remember, I was on a parachute. So imagine this is the parachute, and imagine I'm dangling from the parachute, and if you spin it, imagine the risers, and my parachute wasn't opening. And as I was falling, I remembered. I was like, you know what? I've trained for this. And then it's like, my risers are. So I reach behind my neck. I pull the risers, and as I pull the risers, I start bicycling my legs, just like we were taught. We trained for this. This happens. And I spun myself out. My canopy fully deployed, and it stopped me before I hit the ground. I ended up breaking 2 toes, but I didn't know that until later. But luckily, it didn't kill me. So the moral of the story is, trust your training, okay? The work ethic, the hard work that Dr. Fabian, I think Jared talked about how hard you guys have been working. It matters. That matters, okay? Because there may be a time in your clinical you're going to have to make a decision on something. Now, it may not be life or death, but you're going to have to make a decision. And that training, that's when it comes in, okay? That work ethic, it matters. Okay, so I'm at West Point, all right? Remember, I'm standing up that patient. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, all thing. False sensor. It was a false sensor. Nothing was wrong. I remember looking at the patient, his eyes, so I reach over and he had kinked the cardiac monitor. I straightened it. No big deal. Okay, not everything you do is an emergency. Okay, right? So take a breath, chill out when you guys are in your clinicals, right? Nothing, it's not life or death. Just remember that. So take your time, be in the moment. Everything's not an emergency. Okay. I'm in Vicenza. Okay, right? I'm over there. Please get better. Please get better. So I hear and I feel an audible, and General Keene goes, ooh, and I go, ooh, and so he's like, I think something moved, and I'm like, yeah, I think you're right. In my mind, I didn't say that, so I said, well, let's reassess. So I stand back, I recheck his posture, and I corrected that lateral shift with one treatment. I have never been able to do that again clinically. I did it one time. I've tried, I thought I could after that, but it usually takes more treatments to correct that lateral shift, but I did it in one shot on him. The moral of the story is, be confident, okay? I think Dr. Fabian talked about being confident in the clinical. Be confident. I was over there, and maybe I wasn't the most confident, but I did not let him know that. I was like, hey, sir, we're going to get you better. This is what we're going to do. That confidence makes your patient trust you. Your patient will then have confidence in you. Your CI will have confidence in you. So when you make clinical decisions and you do your training, or you decide your intervention, be confident in that, okay? Awesome. Did I leave out any stories? Is there one more? The best one. That's the best story. That's the best story. So I walked to class, right? Remember, I found the ID of this smoking hot woman, right? So I go to class, and I ask around classes, hey, anybody know who this is? The guy sitting next to me is like, yeah, I know who that is. She lives in my dorm. He's like, just give the ID to me. I'll get it to her. I said, negative. I'll be the one delivering that. So directly after class, he told me where she lived. Directly after class, I walked with confidence. I walked over to the dorm. Now remember, guys, this is 1994. No cell phones, okay? No Instagram stalking, right? This is old school, or is normal school for me, really. A lot of people in the classroom are here. Like I see in the back, this was normal, right? We had no cell phones. I had to talk to her, okay? So I go to the door, and I knock on the door, and I say, hey, her roommate answered. I said, hey, is Michelle there? And they're like, you mean Shelly? I'm like, yeah, Shelly. And they said, just a minute. Hey, Shelly, somebody's here to see you. So she comes to the door. There she is. She's as beautiful as can be. And I just talked to her, spoke to her. And we ended up becoming friends, ended up having a class with her. The next semester, we became really, really good friends. And 28 years, this October, we've been married 28 years. So, thank you. So the moral of the story, I don't know. Guys, look on the ground for IDs. Scour UK campus looking for IDs. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. The moral of the story is opportunities are going to present themselves during these clinicals, okay? Have your eyes open, be ready for these opportunities, and be confident and have the courage to act on those opportunities when they present themselves, okay? I'm so happy to be here and to be a part of this program, and I'm so excited for all you guys going on your clinical. Thank you very much.
Next, we'll have our presentation of the white coats. I'm going to invite up to the stage Dr. Nate Johnson and Dr. Mona Carper, Associate Program Directors.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Mona Carper, Associate Program Director for the Hazard Campus, and this is my counterpart, Dr. Nate Johnson, who does the same thing in Lexington. I would, in just a moment, he can get ready to come, like to invite the class of 2026 president of the Hazard Campus, Aaron Smith, to come forward. He will receive his coat first, and then Aaron will be presenting the rest of his class to all of you. I also want to announce to all students, so pay attention, as you exit the stage, please go visit Drs. Witt and Dr. Lee before you head back to your seat, okay? Congratulations.
Rachel Adams. Briggs Alexander.
That's my buddy.
Taylor Ambergy. Riley Austin. Sarah Barth. Savannah Benningfield. Cal Benson. Melody Miller. Jensen Bernard. Ashton Breeze. Martha Bruckner. Taylor Bussey. Josh Kane. Ben Carter. Zach Cecil. Devin Kohlberg. Sarah Cook. Seth Cook. Brandon Cummins. Hunter DeRook. Ryan Duke. Mitchell Dene. Clay Ferguson. Kate Fitzpatrick. Hannah Foster. Cheyenne Fullwood. Grace Gaffney. Ben Glasser. Janie Gleaves. Drew Hassan. Annalie Homa. Piper Huffman. Allie Johnson. Jackson Keaton. Gabby Kirby. Lindsay Lancaster. Vicky Lee. Emma Lord. Logan Majors. Sarah Metter. Melody Miller. Margaret Mitchell. Sophia Moore. Sophia Nielsen. Chloe Rivas. Mary Glenn Oram. Jared Rowe. Madison Sakella. Andrew Schmidt. Morgan Seppenfeld. Hayden Sharon. Sophie Sorrells. Noah Taylor. Ellie Thomas. Ava Villardo. Elaney Walker. Emily West. Josh West. Isaac Young Jr. Courtney Zinsmeister. Jackie Zorzi.
Next, I'd like to invite the vice presidents of the classes for the cohort in Hazard, as well as here in Lexington, to lead the students in the oath of physical therapy. I invite Briggs Alexander and Gabby Kirby.
Students, faculty, and any physical therapists in the office, or in the audience, and in the office, please stand and we will recite the oath together. As a physical therapist dedicated to providing the highest quality care and services, I solemnly pledge I will respect the rights and dignity of individuals who seek my services or with whom I work. Act in a compassionate and trustworthy manner in all aspects of my service. Exercise sound professional judgment while abiding by legal and ethical requirements. Demonstrate integrity during interactions with colleagues, other healthcare providers, students, faculty, researchers, the public, and payers for the enhancement of patient care and the advancement of the profession. Enhance my practice through lifelong acquisition and application of knowledge, skills, and professional behavior. Participate in efforts to meet physical therapy and healthcare needs of local, national, and global communities. Thus, with this oath, I accept the duties and responsibilities that embody physical therapy profession.
Our closing speaker is to lead us in the clinical charge. I'll invite our Director of Clinical Education, Dr. Kara Lee.
That always takes a minute. Welcome, everybody. I see our cluster of students, and I see an amazing amount of support system in here. Thank you all for everything you've done to get students to this point. Students, you all are 20 months in, give or take, into the physical therapy program. Flash back to that day you hit submit on your PT-CAS application. Right? The day you interviewed. Someone said no. The day you accepted a seat at UK. The first day of class. And that list of firsts goes on and on. With each new event, each new task, you likely had some nerves that you felt. And hopefully, you could flash back to that why that brought you here. Over these months, you keep expanding your capacity. Clusters of classes such as gross and functional anatomy, you may have thought might have been the end of you, but it wasn't. Neurophysiology, neuroanatomy, and peripheral joint dysfunction all at once. Who designed that? A spring, sometimes not even really knowing what class you were in because they all overlapped and intertwined so well. Exams, practical exams, projects, poster presentations, they're in the rearview mirror for you for now. So Monday, you're gonna cross a new threshold. You're gonna start your first full-time clinical. Here's the bad news. Every patient is a practical exam for you. The good news is you're not nearly as nervous as you are when it's Dr. Witt or Dr. Odell as your patient. It's time for a mind reset. There is no need to be nervous. Be earnest. You've learned about the body, about the systems that support us living our best lives as we define them, and about how our world supports or can impede that progress and that process. So in the clinical setting, you are going to be challenged in ways that you have not imagined yet. I have been doing site visits to your third-year friends this week, and the things that they can handle without batting an eye are things that you will be able also to handle without batting an eye. But if I told you what they were handling, you might sink under your chair right now. You've got this. You have the knowledge. You've started to exercise clinical reasoning, and you're primed to add layers to that every day. Your capacity is just going to keep growing. It has been an incredibly busy time for you and us. We're all feeling it. And if anyone was able to sleep through the night last night, number one, I'm a little bit worried about you. And number two, tell me your secret. But again, you have everyone who is here with you in this room today and others who are with you in spirit, supporting you as you move forward. It can be hard to take time to reflect, to see the growth you've experienced to date. You also know that Dr. Witt and I love for you to reflect so that you can take time. So if you will all reach into one of your pockets where you have a card and a pen and a little set of instructions, I have a little activity for you. Well, number one, maybe I should teach you, does anyone know how to get a pen stain out of a white coat? No one else is good with laundry here? Isopropyl alcohol. So your hand staining can help. All right. So what I'm asking our students to do right now is to put their name on the outside of the envelope. Huh? You sure it's up here? We'll get to it later. I want you to identify an area of your growth that you're proud of. And identify something that is still a mystery to you, something you want to dive deeper into. I want you to set a goal for yourself. Maybe it's eating one piece of fruit a month. And I want you to leave yourself a kind note. It might take you more than a minute to do that, but I would love for you to leave that with faculty here if you don't find me or my orange bag sitting over there. Sorry, my husband bought it, so it's Tennessee orange. You're going to see this note again, maybe at a time when you need a note to help encourage you to keep going. So I'm going to give you a minute. And people here with your loved ones, maybe you can take the time to send them a little text, if you text, and let them know something you've seen in a way in which they've grown. And maybe a kind note about their future, if you have the time. I'm sure their phones are set on silent because if their phones ding, they have to bring cookies to class. But their class Monday is a clinical, so we won't know if they follow through on that. So I'll finish while you all are finishing. As much as this ceremony is to recognize you all and your accomplishments to date and the support you've had to get here, your focus now shifts. And I challenge you to be open as you enter your full-time clinicals. You might be in an entirely new setting that you haven't been in before, a new geographic location where you don't know the roads and there's way more traffic than you think. A new team If you're slightly introverted, that can be a challenge, but they're there to welcome you. New patient presentations you've never seen before. Be prepared to advocate. What do your patients need and why? What do you need to learn? You'll see that ICF model come to life in each and every person you encounter. When you come back in June, you've heard us talk about it, you have a new light behind your eyes because you have seen things and you have done things. I cannot wait to see you asking more questions, taking and receiving more feedback with confidence, and being willing to be vulnerable in your learning, because there's a lot that you don't yet know. Other folks here have already talked about being confident in the knowledge that you have and remembering that we're part of the healthcare team. The entire team is firmly rooted in humble and service-oriented approaches to care. We want to empower and respect the patients, just like you've heard everyone else say earlier today. And we want to change their condition in life, right? We might not be able to change the condition they have, but how can they live their best life? Stay curious to those whys that drive you, and be creative with the hows. How do we impact both our patients and the larger community? Just stay curious. Congratulations. We can't wait to see everything that is ahead for you. Thank you.
So as we close today's session, I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the hard work of the faculty that has been performed continuously and to help the development of these students. But I would also need to most definitively thank the parents, significant others who are here today. The values that you've instilled with them, somewhere intersected with the knowledge that our faculty have developed. Those two things, as they combine, are what's going to make these individuals successful in this profession as they grow and as they develop. So to the students, know that you have this. Know that you have us at your side. Before you go on that clinical, I think one of the best readings I've read in my life was The Man in the Glass, which teaches you about reflecting on oneself and looking back and knowing a little bit, being present in the moment and recognizing who you are and what you can become. So as you do that, don't forget to check your shirt. Nonetheless, you guys have this, you have us, and you have everyone in this room to support you moving forward. I can't wait to hear the stories and all the things that help you develop in this next year and a half. Best of luck to you. And with that, we'll close, and thank you all. And somewhere in here, I'm supposed to tell you to stay somewhere for a picture. In your seats. Stay in your seats for pictures.